Ah. Ah. Hello. Hi. It's me. I'm a little sleepyhead. Hello, it's me, the sleepiest head of all. Ah. I was having a little nap and I set an alarm for 8:30 because my stream is 9, and then I was asleep until 8:55 instead. How y'all doing? I'm not even giving time for people to roll in. I'm just gonna fucking, this is dark because I'm already late. Hi, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all are doing real good and fantastic. I've been extraordinarily sleepy. Like, even more than normal for the last couple weeks. Big yawn. How you doing? What's up with all of y'all today? Are you enjoying yourselves? 5 wooden planks, eh? From the sawmill to the railway station. I can get 4 at once in this truck, but I do have bigger options. Wait, how big are semi-trailers in this game? It's Cable 2. Hello, Blue Fox. Hello, Cutie XC. Okay, yeah, like a step deck or a flatbed are both 5 slots. So I think I need a... Playing a tedious and repetitive minigame I don't particularly enjoy for hours because of the autism. What minigame? I always enjoy tedious and repetitive minigames that I don't really enjoy. That's a hobby of mine. You finally get to hang out with your favorite squirrel. Yay. Oh god, super training. Nope, you don't even have to tell me. I remember. um... I think... Just trying to pick which one of these to choose. I want to bring this, but it's not big enough. I mean, the the thingy's not big enough. The bed. I think we take that. Oh, I clicked the wrong button there. I think we take this guy. And we're going to put some different wheels and stuff on it real quick. Some different tires. Getting some real off-roading tires. One half is you mash the touchscreen to hit a punching bag, and the other half is bad soccer. Yeah. And QDX, I'm glad that you get to hang out with your favorite squirrel. Tell them I said hello. Sorry, I probably shouldn't make jokes like that. Hey Shiv, Shiv says hello. Oh no, I've been owned. I'm literally just spending all of my money. Oh dang it! I don't have quite enough for engageable all-wheel drive. I should have checked if it had that before I paid money for differential locks. Whoops. Oopsie. Well, we're just going to have to see if this works out. I have other trucks if this one's not enough. I think I just need a... I don't remember if I need a low saddle or a high saddle for this. Min-maxing Ferrothorn because you want her to be the beefiest thing on God's green earth, but she's comically bad at soccer. Her speed set's so low that the balls fly toward the target so slowly that sometimes the goals despawn before they get there. Wow. That's rough, buddy. Oh wait, I spent all of my money that you would need to afford a trailer also. Oh, I've just created problems for myself is what I've done. What I've done here is I have invented a bunch of problems. Oops. Okay, well, there's semi-trailers here. So, we're gonna go there and grab the trailers that are there, and if it's not the right size, then I'll just sell those and get the correct size. Actually, what I should probably do here is leave this truck here. I'm going to be clever about it. I'm going to leave the truck that I want to take out to close to where the pickup point is. And I'm just going to bring a different truck to go grab the money. Oh, wait. This is kind of... This one's kind of my reliable one, even though it doesn't have differential lock. We'll stick with it.
We're just normal men.
We're just normal
We're
men.
just innocent men.
We're just innocent men. I don't remember if I need a high saddle or a low saddle for most of these. I'm gonna go with low. Anyone else up to anything interesting tonight? Or has been for the last couple weeks? I missed last week. I don't remember why. I've been having a really stressful time the last couple of months. Oh, I should probably say this. For those in the know about the situation I've been on about for the last couple of times I've streamed, it's not cancer. That's it. That's all I'm going to say on the subject, but it's not cancer. So that's cool. I also like it when truck. I love truck. I very much enjoy it when truck. I like to drive trucks. I was originally I messed up my shocks a little on the rock there. Originally for this show, the plan was that I was just gonna play American Truck Simulator. And I ended up wanting to play more simulation games because I like simulation games a whole lot. Just in general, but like the original plan was it was just going to be American Truck Simulator and probably Euro Truck Simulator as well, but that was going to be it. It was just going to be trucking time. Why are these tiny rocks damaging the shocks on my enormous truck? That doesn't feel right. You link to cable. I hope it was a good link cable session. I haven't been keeping up with the. Is it still Stardew Valley and VVVVVV? That you all are doing? Because I don't know how Stardew Valley randomizes, and I don't know how VVVVV randomizes. I assume it's just the collectibles randomize. In the latter. Currently drawing another little picture. John, I I know I've said this like in. Uh oh. Now I'm vaguely remembering having this issue last time. Sorry, John, I know I've said this in the Discord, but these little pictures you've been drawing are fucking amazing. You're drawing such good pictures. They're so good. VVV adds doors that require archipelago checks to unlock. Interesting. Huh, that's kind of fascinating. Jaunt is a man of many talents. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always saying this about Jaunt, honestly. Apparently I picked wrong. I needed a high saddle for this. I wonder if I can still... No, I can't sell it if it's not attached to the truck. Heck. Well, gosh darn it. I've gone and goofed it up, haven't I? Marrow Biba, you've done it again. We'll see if I can attach it even though it's the wrong kind of trailer. Oh wait, maybe? No, wait, it is right. Yay! I lied. Marrow Biba hasn't done shit. Okay, and this is the correct trailer, so I don't even need to sell it and get a different one. I'm just gonna take this one on back. And mess up my shocks even more. Why is that happening? Yeah, no, for anyone not in the Cable 2 Discord, John has just been doing a lot of really, really cool art of some Cable 2 stuff recently. It's very cool. Jaunt is really good at everything. I simply love it when Jaunt. Very glad to have Jaunt as part of the C2 mod team. Me too. I might be actually stuck. Let's not tip it over. There you go. Even more glad to have Jaunt as part of the My Friends. Yeah! Jaunt is a cool friend to have. I think of Jaunt as a friend, but I don't want to be presumptuous. You know what they say about presuming. You make a pre out of you and me. Come on, truck. pre-zump the to us. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I am moving forward. I am making progress. Sometimes forward progress is simply very slow. Yeah, let me... I'm just kind of digging myself in more without using the winch. How we going? We're going all right. We're sleepy tonight. Stuck into mud. Stuck into mud's what this game's all about, though. Stuck in the mud is arguably the goal. Arguably. Come on. I have to use the mouse because it's not giving me the option I want. The long haul presents get stuck in. Stuck in the mud, that's the whole project. That's what we're here to figure out. Exactly. Y'all get me. Y'all understand. I'm starting to think that maybe semi-trailer isn't super viable on this map. Just make sure to give the plushie a good bath after. I am currently in a Ziploc bag. I am in a Ziploc bag and I am sealed in there real good, so no mud's gonna get on me. Semi-trailer's low tier. Semi-trailer not viable. Try playing Yoshi or Falco. I think Yoshi would do a good job on this map. Please don't put the plush in a jar. I don't want to think about things in jars. This is not the first time this joke has been made. Donkey Kong would carry the cargo to the destination in his strong arm. Jar joke 2. Put another coin in the jar joke counter jar. Every time someone makes a jar joke, they have to put a quarter in the jar. It's like a swear jar, except for jar jokes. And you can put a third quarter in there because I'm making a joke about jars. The jar ain't empty anymore, folks. Empty Jar is a good show. It's been a minute since I've caught an Empty Jar. I don't know if Empty Jar's been on recently, actually, but... Gives the jar joke jar the most beleaguered look you've ever fucking seen. Okay, I am going the way I need to be going. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah, I haven't been doing it for a while. Okay. Discount Voxer or Dove? I... I have lots of little inklings of ideas for things to do for Cable 2 shows, but... I have been getting kind of discouraged about my creative output recently. I had one idea that I thought was cool, and I think I got like one question on how it worked, and then I was immediately like, oh no, all of my ideas are bad forever. uh, because I've been under... Whoops, I don't want to crash. That's not good. Because I've been under a lot of stress lately. But, you know, I'm getting past the stress stuff, so I'm going to hopefully get back to planning out fun little live streams and stuff that I can do that aren't just doing a long haul. Mystery Machine and Long Haul are so great, though. Hey, excellent news about Mystery Machine. Tia and I... There we go. I was just popping into there to repair the truck. Tia and I finally were able to get another episode of Mystery Machine recorded. So we can hopefully get a new episode of that out. I'm not going to try to say this week because I need time to get back into the swing of editing things. Because it's been a minute. But... well, there should be a new Mystery Machine soon, TM. Honestly, I've like immediately made it to a point with Mystery Machine where I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to be done with all of this old classic stuff that people like, so I can talk about the fucking like Scooby-Doo and the WrestleMania mystery and shit. Are my headlights on, or am I like not remembering the button to turn them on? They don't seem very on. Okay. Wait. Okay. That's right. And this is one of those games where I have to use a keyboard button because there's just not enough buttons on the controller. But yeah, so I have ideas that I think are cool and creative and that I hope to do stuff with, and you know, we'll just have to see if people like them and want to have them on Cable too, or if I have to just kind of play around with them on my own. I'm fine with either. Oh wait, I need to deliver the wood to here, not pick it up from here. You can tell how sleepy tired I am because I'm doing things like this. I know a cheat code to make Cable 2 like a new show pitch. What is the cheat code? Is it putting the word edutainment in it? Because I feel like that's a pretty solid cheat code. Why am I cutting the wheel the wrong way every single time? I'm making the same mistake over and over. This should be okay, though. One weird trick you could use to increase your pitch-like ability in the name field, put Shiv. The Cable 2 folks love that. Wow. Thanks. Now, I've been kicking around an idea for a show for the past like year. You're so full of helpful tips. That's so true. I'm always saying this about you, that you're just loaded with helpful tips. Yeah, no, I've been kicking around an idea for the last like year. And we're just gonna kind of see where it takes us, you know? Maybe it'll be a thing that I make. Maybe it won't. The idea is more related to my own sort of artistic output, like the thing that I'm good at, in my opinion. Which is to say, I consider myself more of a writer than anything. I love to write, and I think I'm pretty fucking good at it. And I would very much like to do some writing related stuff for Cable 2 and with Cable 2, and I had some ideas for doing a thing live stream related for that, like essentially, I don't know, it's kind of experimental. You wouldn't really get it. Nah, it's like I want to do like a whole I didn't mean to take this turn. I need to go back. I kind of want to do like a whole world building type of thing, which kind of the central idea is that it's both a collaborative thing between me and other people that I have on the show, and also between the chat. Like, the chat also adds to it and whatnot. And, like, again, this is an idea I've been kicking around for a year or so. I think I finally officially pitched it a couple weeks ago, but I haven't gotten around to developing the idea any more than that beyond basic initial thoughts. But love the idea of creating a world collaboratively with my friends at Cable 2. And especially working with the live stream format to let like the people who are actually watching and paying attention to it able to add to it, rather than it just being, you know, me and maybe a friend sitting in our little world building corner. And I think that's neat. I think that's a neat idea, and I just need to develop it a little more before I do anything with it. But that's sort of, like I said, that's the idea I've been kicking around for like almost a year at this point, I think. Oh god, oh no, oh no, oh god, oh no, oh jeez, oh god. Okay. I'm no longer tipping over. I might be stuck, though. World building is far beyond my pay grade. I don't think world building's beyond anyone's pay grade. I think that world building is easier and more fun than a lot of people give it credit for. I also remember that idea. I think I said it would help if you want to develop a conlang or two for it. I would love to learn about how to make conlangs. I think that would be really fun. And I think that would be a fun thing to add to a setting. I do not build world, I mine on occasion. That's fair. Do you also craft? Do you mine and do you craft? In addition to the mining that you're doing? Big on crafting. Nice. Craft a lot, doing all kinds of cool arts and crafts. No build, only mine. I should do more crafting. Huh. Nothing more Dostoevsky said there's nothing more positive than bread. I say there's nothing more than a truck full of glorious bread that's stuck in the miserable river. Get it out and bring it to the railway station. Yeah, I'll accept that mission. We're getting this bread truck out of the river. And that's what you call the conquest of bread. Okay. I'm just going to leave that there for now, but it is out of the river, which is the hardest part. That means I can come back to it with something that has a trailer, or not a trailer, like a towing platform, and just load it on up. Shiv is a bread tuber now. Let's get this bread, gamers. Oh, there are so many good bread jokes. Shiv has some crumbs in the pouch. Yeah, I like to put toast in there. People keep telling me it's a bad idea to put toast in there because there'll be crumbs, but I like toast. I like to have it with me. It's crunchy. I recently came into a copy of the Brothers Karamazov that I've been planning on reading, or planning to read, which is where Google tells me that quote is from. Huh. Well, you know what they say about toast? I know they say all toasters toast toast. Let's see. I have Anna Karenina and the Brothers Karamazov on my bookshelf next to me. Both of which I've started and never gotten through because they are dense. They are extraordinarily dense books. See, I feel erudite for reading Slaughterhouse-5. I've got to be honest. I don't know what erudite means. I'm gonna Google erudite real quick. I'm gonna Google it, and we're all just going to pretend that I knew what it meant from the beginning. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Having or showing great knowledge or learning. Yeah. I mean, I've never read Slaughterhouse-5, but I think that you could be pretty smart looking and smart being for having read it. People love that book. People who like classics love that book. I don't read classics. That's my problem, is I don't read classics, and I have trouble getting past the language of classics. Like, the most that I've ever, like, willingly read as far as classics goes, like, is The Lord of the Rings, if that counts. Slaughterhouse-5 feels so effortless to read because Vonnegut's great. I've never read Vonnegut. Maybe I should give Slaughterhouse-5 a shot sometime. Yeah, I really like not H.P. Lovecraft. That's a different guy. That's a really racist guy. I really like Edgar Allan Poe. As far as like older American stuff goes, I have read a bit of Lovecraft. also really dense in a way that's sort of not fun to read, but at least like it has fun horror story reveals. Actually, one time from a good friend of mine, who I sadly haven't spoken to in a while, but a good friend of mine, as a gift for my birthday, got a copy from like the 80s of Edgar Allan Poe's complete Tales and Poems is what the book is called, which I assume is his complete works. I don't know. But yeah, she got me a full copy of that, and she like went through and annotated it and like highlighted stuff that she thought was cool, and circled stories that she thought she thought that I would like and stuff. This is a really cool gift to get. I think that's a cool kind of gift. I think it's cool to buy someone an old copy of a book and then write in it, and talk about things that you think are cool and like in it. Annotated books are so cool. Yeah, personalizing is a neat idea. Yeah, agreed. Kurt Vonnegut is a genius. I adored Sirens of Titan, and I don't really like Slaughterhouse-5 as much, but it's still good. Sirens of Titan is the closest thing I've read to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. H2G2 was an early special interest of mine. Huh. That's a Vonnegut book? Story? I can't imagine Kurt Vonnegut writing anything that even feels vaguely like H2G2. I love H2G2. I've got the radio play on my computer somewhere from like a long time back when I was in middle school and I was really into Hitchhiker's Guide. You gotta try Sirens of Titan. I'll have to do that sometime, yeah. Once I'm kind of out of my current fantasy kick, like I've been deep in Brandon Sanderson lately. I reread Fellowship of the Ring, and I meant to go on to Two Towers and Return of the King. I didn't go on to Two Towers and Return of the King. Instead, I read all 7 books of Mistborn, and now I'm 3.5 books into the Stormlight Archive. And then I was thinking about reading The Wheel of Time because I hate myself. I shouldn't make that joke. People really like The Wheel of Time. I don't know, all the Hitchhiker's books and both of the printed radio scripts. The radio play is the best version in my IMO. I really like the radio play. I don't want to say I like it more than any other version, necessarily. Because I think every version of it has things that are better and worse than other versions, but the radio play version is really good. It is extremely good. Once you finish Slaughterhouse-5, going to try and attempt to read a fantasy book again. Discworld. I've only read one Discworld book, and I really need to read more. Discworld, extremely good. The only one I've read is Night Watch, which, as far as I know, is like the place that everyone gets told to start on Discworld, if they're already kind of into fantasy stuff. And I barely remember what it was about, but I remember I fucking adored it. The Color of Magic is the first Discworld book that you're reading. Isn't that the first one in general? Like, isn't that the first Discworld book? Everyone says that Terry Pratchett is the fantasy Douglas Adams. That is not how I would describe Terry Pratchett from the 2 Terry Pratchett books that I've read. Which, admittedly, one of them is Good Omens, which is Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, not just Terry Pratchett. But, like, he makes jokes. Like, his books have jokes. It's just, he's not, like... H2G2 to me is, like, an absurdist take on the sci-fi genre. And like the absurdism is both very deliberate and also very like organized is the word that I want to use, but I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. But like the way that the absurdism is used in H2G2 feels very it's very specific, you know? Like I don't know how to describe it, but like it's used in a way that is very it feels like it's for a purpose. Whereas like I don't really feel like there's a lot of absurdism in the Discworld stuff that I know of. Like there is absurdism and there is like jokes, but they're jokes. They're not it's not just like they're for a super specific purpose. It's just there's jokes, and also there's this really interesting fantasy world happening around these jokes that are happening. I think I just don't like absurdist literature because I don't like Sirens of Titan much either. Oh, you don't like Douglas Adams either. Or the Douglas Adams that you've read. That's fair. Honestly, like I feel like the only Douglas Adams that I really enjoy is Hitchhiker's Guide. Like I have tried and failed to read Dirk Gently so many times. I bounce off of that shit so fast. So I think like really for me, like Douglas Adams is just the Hitchhiker's Guide guy, and nothing else that he wrote is attractive to me at all. Gonna retry Dirk Gently soon. That's fair. Didn't they make a really bad Dirk Gently TV show recently? Like a couple of years ago? Uh-oh. I think I might actually be... I think I did it bad here. I don't think I'm, like, stuck, but I don't know if I can get out of this easily. Don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. Never mind, we can get out of it easily. I just didn't believe in myself enough. I was able to get into Discworld more easily because I think on a surface level they're just interesting story on top of the funny jokes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, Hitchhiker's Guide is like a straight man in a world full of oh god. What do they call the other person in a straight man and whatever bit? Like that's how Hitchhiker's Guide reads to me, is like you have like the straight man character of Arthur, and all of this ridiculous shit is going on around him, and that is just that is the whole thing. At least for the first like 2 books. Arthur Dent, straight man in a gay world. You're so right. Yeah, like to me that's like sort of central to Hitchhiker's Guide, whereas like Discworld, like this is just a bunch of people existing in a world that happens to have some absurd stuff in it, but like this is where they live. They're not fighting against the absurdism. This is just what the world that they live in is like, you know? That's kind of the difference to me. Thank you for helping me get the words together for that by talking about other stuff. I find Arthur Dent interesting because of how his Britishness informs how he reacts and eventually acclimates to the weirdness. That's fair. I would love to hear you elaborate on that, either now or some other time. Because it's been a long time since I've actually read Hitchhiker's Guide. I've got an extremely battered copy of it sitting next to me here. There we go. I delivered some wood. Everybody in Discworld is a dipshit, but in a different way. And then you get very interesting character dynamics from their dipshit versus dipshit interactions. That's fair. I feel like the Night Watch series guy, Vimes? Sam Vimes, is that his name? The main character of those books, I feel like, is very not a dipshit, and everyone around him was, based on what I remember. Full disclosure, I don't really remember a whole lot that happened to me before, like, I don't know, 2014. Like, most of my memories before 2014 are just kind of gone, for a variety of reasons. So, like, I remember the gist of a lot of stuff, but the specific memories are few and far between. Okay, can you stop rolling away, please? Thank you. There we go. Now I sold that trailer. The Night Watch stuff is mostly pretty low dipshit levels. The top comedy mostly comes from the fact that they're doing detective noir shit in a world full of trolls and wizards and shit. Yeah. So much of Hitchhikers is based directly on Douglas Adams' bizarre experiences with England. That's fair. I haven't thought about it that way, I guess. Excuse me.
Portion of a Roman aqueduct made out of hand-carved marble. The pieces fit together tightly enough to be airtight, and act as an inverted siphon, carrying water down one side of a valley and up the other.
That's a new one. This is water. That was water.
This is normal.
This is
Innocent.
On this network, I want joke.
On this network, I want joke. That's good stuff. I haven't heard some of these. These are new. Full of snack.
www.com.
I'm so glad that Big Follows is back.
Made out of hand-carved marble. The pieces fit together tightly enough to be airtight, and act as an inverted siphon, carrying water down one side of a valley and up the other.
Big Follows was like the first, cable to, funny audio cue thing. What are they called? Audio alerts? That I got acquainted with. That was like my favorite one. And then it disappeared for a while, and I'm glad it's back.
Sunscreen.
It's like seeing an old friend again.
Sunscreen would be sunscreen. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by sunscreen, whereas the rest of my sunscreen has no basis more reliable than my own sunscreen. I will dispense the sunscreen now.
I forgot that this truck doesn't have all-wheel drive. This might be a problem.
This is essentially how search engine optimization works.
Alright. I'm only driving with some of the wheels. Yeah, I'm only driving with 4 of the wheels. Or 8 of the wheels, I guess. It's a classic rookie mistake. You should be using all of them. Yeah, you definitely want more wheels. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. The truck that I have in this game with the most wheels can't have a towing platform on it, and I need a towing platform, so... Who's the real person in the wrong here?
I love this show!
I've been playing Forza Horizon 5 and almost learning about front-wheel drive. Almost. Okay. I don't need differential lock right now. I can just go. I can simply drive my truck. Okay, yeah, I probably don't want to cut off of the road here. This looks so inviting, though. I'm going to try it. Okay, it doesn't feel inviting. I'm leaving. I tried to spot dodge any real car information that Forza tries to teach me. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, the term buggy came from people using Volkswagen Beetles as the base for their new type of vehicle? Huh. I don't think that's quite right. I think, maybe in cars. Maybe that only applies to cars. Because buggy was definitely a term that existed before cars. The Beetle was the most popular car in the world at one point. It was. The Beetle was an incredibly popular car, and then they kept making them worse over time. The Beetle is kind of a bad car now. The new ones. I don't even know if they still make new ones. As of like 5 or 6 years ago, they were making really bad cars and saying, "Hey, it's the Volkswagen Beetle. You know it and love it," but it like doesn't even fucking look like a Beetle anymore. It's just kind of a generic looking car. I'd be fine if this car had all-wheel drive. The new Beetle and the new Beetle are kind of mid. Well, that's egg on my face. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting out of this one. I can't use the winch without an engine. And I can't get the engine to start. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh, I think it's... Oh, I have to have the wheels on the ground? Fuck! Fuck! God damn it! Fuck! God damn it! God fucking shit! Fuck! You're right. You're so right. Shiv very quietly saying fuck is so cute. I got up and I walked away from my computer. I don't know how obvious that was, but I got up and I walked away from my computer. Is what happened there. Yeah, I could tell. +2. Hell yeah. I never get +2. There we go. Now this truck has all-wheel drive, and that will solve all of my problems. I assume. I don't actually know that it will solve all my problems, but I can hope. I can pray. Yeah, just immediately how much all-wheel drive helps us get up this slope. I think this game should have a mod that lets me replace this guy who drives the truck with a cute girl, or with a cute plushie. There should be a mod for this game that replaces that guy with me. That's my opinion. There should be a mod that replaces that guy with Amy Rose from Sonic the Hedgehog. Shiv is more iconic than Truck Dude. That's so true. I'm always saying this about myself. I'm always saying Truck Dude. More like Shiv from Cable 2. Yeah. Big yawn. Y'all know about differential lock? I just turned on differential lock. Y'all know how differential locks work? I wonder what Josh from Let's Game It Out would do to this game. He'd probably intentionally pile up trucks to make some kind of horrible tower. I don't know if there's quite enough expression for Josh. Yeah. I'm going the wrong way. I've found a different thing that needs to be towed. By mistake, instead of the thing I was trying to go and tow. Well, I guess I'll go check it out. Yeah, I don't know how much there is to do with this game for Josh to like make things wild and wacky with. Alexander, the local inventor, decided to try and increase speed and efficiency of his truck with some simple modifications. Upon testing it, he plowed off the road and blew the engine. I mean, I don't have enough, like what am I supposed to do with it? Oh, I just need to repair it. Okay, no, I'll need to bring it to a base to do that. I can't just do it from here. Not that I have repair parts with me anyway. It's so relatable to see a simulation game and think I wonder what Josh would do with this. I want to see what Josh from Let's Game It Out would do with SimCity 2013. That's my hot take. Hey, actually, we're pivoting. This is just going to be a SimCity 2013 stream from now on. That's the only game we're going to play on the long haul. Is that an apiary? I think that's an apiary. Bee time. Apiary. I started thinking of it when Shiv flipped the truck and was reminded that things can go horribly wrong in trucks. Isn't SimCity 13 the reason that City Skylines exists because it was so bad? Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. I don't think that SimCity 2013 is necessarily a bad game on its own. I think it's just not what people wanted and was advertised as being something that people wanted. And basically everything interesting about it, they tried to pretend was way cooler than it was. Like, I think you could have a fun time with SimCity 2013, but I think they kind of fucked up the marketing so hard, and also they called it SimCity instead of literally anything else, you know? Okay. Like, they probably shouldn't have called it SimCity. Frankly. But yeah, I think it was less bad than people remember it being. That's my hottest take about SimCity 2013. Anyway, yeah, City Skylines is a really good game. It was, in fact, mostly the online stuff, and they simplified the game to a ridiculous degree to make room for the online stuff, which I think was a bigger problem than the online stuff in and of itself. Come on. I just need to get this thing up onto the towing platform, please. I think it might be a little too dug into the mud for this to work the way I was hoping it would. Stucky Wucky, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Stucky, just like everyone's favorite Marvel movie ship. Is that anything? Is that I think that's the name of Some kind of ship from those movies. I've taken 41 damage from this joke. What kind of damage? Is it psychic damage? The engine's broken. Okay. This is kind of working. I've taken a further 17 psychic damage from this follow-up. Me too, actually. Wait. I'm simply pressing the wrong button. That's why I keep accidentally exiting out of that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Come on. You can get a little bit further up. Okay, that's fully on the platform now, so now I can just kind of pull that back in. And then, uh-oh. There we go. We pack it so that it doesn't just simply roll off. And now I bring it back. There we go. We did it. We pulled a truck out of the river. I hope you all enjoyed me figuring out that process. That took a minute. Truck unstuck. Now where's the hangar? Where do I need to actually bring this? Okay, that's back towards our home base on this map. Good to know. Now, one thing you will notice is that when you pack a truck in this game, it basically like glues itself to the truck bed or to the towing bed. This is because the physics in this game are a little bit wonky. So when it's not packed on like that and not like glued to it, basically, they will just fly off for no reason. So I assume that's why the trailers work like that, where they kind of glue themselves down, just because the physics are a little iffy sometimes. Yeet, exactly. It'll just sort of yeet itself off. Who needs a bridge? It's easier to drive through the river. Which is probably exactly what the person in this truck thought before they drove this car into the river. This is a fun game. I have spent the last several days playing the Zelda of Zelda instead of doing anything else.
www.com.
.com. So this is like a nice little break from playing so much Zelda. Hi, Riley. Hello. You have also been doing this? Yeah, I was able to get one of my housemates to go halvesies on it with me. So we've been kind of fighting over it a little bit. This is just what Zelda is. You can do this in Zelda. You can technically do this in Zelda, because you can make cars in Zelda now. Oh, I messed up the shocks a little. Got it from a friend for your birthday? I didn't hang out with you for your birthday or say happy birthday. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday. It was was it yesterday? Oh no, I missed it. I'm so sorry. I hope that you had a good one. Don't worry, it's not yet. Okay. I missed the festivities, but I didn't miss the actual birthday. Okay, that's good to know. I have not had the energy for any kind of festivities. There we go. Thank you. I may now wipe the tears from my eyes just as a man sweeps crumbs from his table. They don't call me Vladimir Gluten for nothing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Sir? Sir? Vladimir Gluten? They don't call him Vladimir Gluten for nothing. Pavel has been waiting excitedly all night for his shipment of bricks like a boy waiting for Santa Claus. Sadly, the driver plowed off the road and lost the cargo. Okay, I'll grab that. I think I'm going to try to restore that other truck, though. I'm going to load up one of my repair trailer trucks and see if I can get that other one running, so that I can limp it along back home. I'm so hexed, I was just literally looking at the wagon and being like, you should pick that truck up with your telekinesis and stick it to the back of your truck. My telekinesis feels busted. I can't get a grip. I forgot about that one. There are a lot of jokes in Cable 2. On this network, I want joke.
On this network, I want joke.
On this network, I want joke. C2 is a good network? Yeah, C2 is a good network. I agree. I wish I could put trailers on this thing because it's my favorite. I'm just going to take this out for a minute just to show y'all. I can't actually change the trailer on it. But this is a real truck. Not all of the trucks in this game are real, but this is a Western Star twin steer, and the reason it's called twin steer is because there are two separate articulated sets of wheels, which makes it really, really good at getting over rough terrain and steering on it. It also means that despite being massive, the steering radius is surprisingly pretty tight. And it's one of my favorite real-life trucks. I think it's really cool. I think it's neat that it is the way it is. Let's see. Oh, you got a webcam today, so you can render Bosco in HD. That's exciting. I'd love to see Bosco in HD. So what are the... Yeah, it needs everything repaired and also fuel. Well, it has fuel in it, it just has a fuel leak. So I think instead of bringing the fuel thing, I can just bring the big repair van. Maybe eventually get a VTuber. I think it would be cool if I could get a VTuber. What I really want is like a VR chat model. And a friend of mine was kind of working on one for me as practice. But they got really burnt out on it. Like they were practicing their 3D modeling and rigging and stuff by making one of me. And now I'm just like in limbo because I like really want one. But I don't have money to pay anyone for one, and also I'd hate to be like, well, you didn't make one for me like you said you would, so I'm gonna get someone else to do it. You know, I went in with no expectations when they asked if they could, because they said that they might get burnt out on it, and they did. But I'm just like sitting here vibrating every so often, like, oh my god, it'd be so cool if I had a VR chat model. Alas. Also, I still haven't gotten the VR headset that I'm supposed to get. For someone who has no job, I'm able to get a surprising number of things. This is where I need to go, right? Yeah, it is. I think they'd probably be fine with that, but still money. Yeah. FMVTuber, great. We all love FMVTuber, but I need a persona avatar so people know I understand this. I understand this well. Plus, I love your funny little gesture. I don't know if that's actually your persona, because I don't think I've actually seen your persona independently of your avatar on like your profile picture on Twitch. But I think that's your persona, right? I'm not insane. Wow, usually this truck is like really good at navigating this kind of terrain, but it is struggling. It's basically just I had a red panda persona for a while, and then I put her in a clown outfit, and I need a new reference of her just in that clown outfit. Yeah. Red pandas have entered the chat. Cora is also red panda. That is true. Okay, that's a little bit of repair. And that's a full repair. And all of the gas leaked out of it, unfortunately. Honestly, I'm just going to dump all of the fuel out of this into that truck. But red pandas are red. They have funny little sleeves. Also, Stuffle is a plushy red panda. Yeah, I do love Stuffle. I like Stuffle a lot. Wait, can I not drive that truck? I just repaired it, though. Oh, I shouldn't have recovered the truck I was just in. Note to self, scrap plushy red panda sona. No, we need more plushy red panda sonas in this world. That's my hot take. And non-plushy red panda sonas, frankly. There should just be lots of red panda sonas. They're good. Also, there should be more squirrels. That's my hottest take of all, is that there should be more squirrels. Because I really don't know many people with squirrel personas. And it gets lonely being the best squirrel, you know? I could use someone to help me take the pressure off. Panda Soda Blu-ray $99, 32-inch LCD TV $299, 42-inch LCD TV. Wait, no, LG HD TV $489. Dang it! Everything's on sale during Christmas at HHH Greg's. I remember having to explain that song to the 55-year-old woman that I live with because it came on while we were driving somewhere. And I had to explain it to her why it was the way it was. Anyway, Redoin' is a masterpiece. How do you even explain it? Good question. I didn't do a very good job. Good old Jerry Terry. I did make her watch The Boys Are Back in Town to Kill You and also Kiss Me Kill Me, though. And she really liked those. She thought those were funny. And also a little spooky. Somebody remixed a commercial or took a commercial and remixed it into a funny song. But I also had to explain that like the context for the song it was remixed into. That it was a Daft Punk song. And this version of it is better than the Daft Punk song. Kiss Me Kill Me is just one of my favorite videos. It's really good. Like, Kiss Me Kill Me is a fucking work of art. Just thought it was a YouTube poop in song form. It is, but it's based on a real song. It's the song. The reason that it's called Redoin' is because the song that it's from, or the original song is called "Doing It Right," I think is the name of it, by Daft Punk from their fucking magnum opus Random Access Memories. Okay, so you're... Oh my god, okay. So what the video game is telling me is that I repaired this truck for no reason because I can't actually drive it. I can't actually drive the truck. I have to drag it out of here somehow instead of just fixing it like I did. I'm mad about this. I fully repaired this truck expecting to be able to drive it. It's also too heavy for this fucking normal ass truck to drag out of a pit, which is fair. Oh no, wait, maybe I need to like fully fuel it, actually. I think I'm vaguely remembering how these missions work now. Yeah, okay. That's what it is. Thank you for following Tripwire Games. How you doing, Lanzapan? Okay. I was just wrong. You just have to fully fuel it, is the issue. The issue was not that the game won't let me drive the truck, it's that you have to fully repair it completely top to bottom. Now I should be able... Yeah, now this is my truck. Thanks, Quinn. We got big follows. We got a big follows. Bigfollows.com. www.bigfollows.com. I said this already, but I am so glad that that Big Follows is like back as a sound alert. It is truly like seeing an old friend again. Also, the big and .com emotes are my two favorite Cable 2 emoji things, emotes. I love to simply put a word between those two emotes.
On this network, I want joke.
On this network, I want joke. I'm trying to tell a joke. So this man walks into a bar, and he's carrying like a pretty good size. I'm not done with the joke yet. Thank you for laughing, but I'm not done with the joke yet. He's carrying like a pretty big wooden box, right? Like a big box with him. And he steps up to the bar. He sets it down, and he just sort of sits there and waits for the bartender. Bartender comes up. He says, "Oh, what can I get you, sir?" And he says, "I'd like a drink, but I would like the drink to be free." And the bartender says, "Well, you're not getting that. I'll come back to you when you have a serious order. Bye." The bartender walks away. So the guy, he just sits there for a minute, and then he sort of knocks on the box, like just kind of knocks on the box a couple of times. And this just beautiful, absolutely beautiful piano music starts playing. Just some of the most incredible piano music that the bartender had ever heard. So a couple minutes later, bartender finishes up serving drinks to other people, comes back to this guy, and he's like, "Hey man, what's up with the box?" And the guy's like, "Oh, it's the reason you're going to give me a free drink. I will not explain it to you unless you give me a free drink. So the bartender like waffles about it for a minute. And he's all grumpy about it, and he's like, fine. Tell me what's up with it. The guy says, all right, give me the drink first. The bartender pours him a beer, and the guy opens up the top of this wooden box, this elaborate wooden box, and he reaches in, and he pulls out a tiny piano. And he pulls out a little bench, and then he pulls out a little guy, a little dude, wearing a suit. And the little guy sits down on the bench, and he starts playing the piano, and it's this very beautiful piano music that he's playing. So the bartender goes like, what am I even looking at here? Like, how do you have just like a tiny human being in a box here? The guy goes, actually, I got it from this genie. I got this genie lamp, and I got it from that. And the bartender goes, wait, you've just got like a magic lamp, and you got like a wish from it? And the guy's like, yeah, and if you give me free drinks for the rest of the night, I'll let you use it. I feel like Lanzafan already knows this joke. I'm going very slowly with this joke. It's a Shaggy Dog joke, if you couldn't tell. I think Lanzafan already knows it though, based on that face. So the guy, the bartender says, yeah, whatever. I'll do anything for a genie lamp. I'll give you free drinks for the night. I don't care. The guy says, all right. So he pulls out this magic lamp from his bag and hands it to the bartender. The bartender takes it, and the guy says, now I gotta warn you. You really have to be very specific. Make sure that you're extremely specific in what you're asking for. You got to be very clear about what you want, because it's a genie, and genies will fuck with you. And the bartender says, yeah, no problem. And he thinks about it for a second. Then he takes the lamp and he rubs it real fast, and he says, I wish I had $1 million. And nothing happens. Of course nothing happens. Genies aren't real. Bartender's sitting there for a second. He looks around and he frowns. He sets the lamp down. And then there's this rumbling in the distance. And all of a sudden, this herd of deer just runs through, breaks in through the windows, starts just like busting down tables and stuff. Everyone has to hide behind the bar. And finally, it's like an hour before this herd of deer is gone and out of here. The bartender looks at the guy and he says, well, what the hell was that? I thought that was going to grant my wish. And the guy says, yeah, I told you have to be really specific about what you ask for. What, do you think I wished for a 12-inch pianist? Thank you for getting the sitcom laugh in there. Okay, we saved this truck. In the version I remember, the genie was hard of hearing. Yeah, there's a lot of versions of that joke, I think, but that's my favorite one. That's the one that my dad told to me when I was a kid, and I didn't actually, like, get it. Because I was in elementary school. Or I think he was, like, telling it to his army friends or whatever, but, like, I was there. And I thought it was really funny, even though I didn't understand the punchline. So I remember, like, telling it to my friends in elementary school, and them getting it, but me not getting it. And I think that encapsulates the experience of being autistic in elementary school. Telling a joke that you don't get and everyone else gets is what it's like to be autistic in the American school system. That's my hot take. I think I'm rapidly running out of steam here. There's some bricks in the water there that I could pick up and bring over there to the village. Making mac and cheese, gonna put a bunch of herbs and spices in it? Hell yeah! That sounds tasty as hell. I'm trying to decide if I have enough time to do any of these tasks before we call it a night. I looked at the expiration date and it's literally today, so it's a sign. Yeah, that'd do it. I'm gonna go and start this one, and we're just gonna see how far we get. I'm not gonna keep streaming super late. I'm just gonna go until 11, and then we're gonna call it. But I might be able to do at least part of this one in 10 minutes. We'll see. Well, I might, you know, if I'm close, I might stay a couple extra minutes, but you know what I mean. I was late to start, so I might end slightly late, but not by much. Is what I'm getting at. And then I might go take more nap. Because I have not taken enough nap. I'm so sleepy all the time forever. Here's the thing. I'm so sleepy that my sleep schedule has normalized back to times that normal people sleep. Like, I've been, for the last, 6 months, I've been basically on graveyard shift hours. I would go to sleep at, 7 or 8 a.m. and wake up at, 4 p.m. And I have been so sleepy lately that I went to bed at, 10 p.m. and woke up at 7 the other day. I'm so sleepy and taking so much naps that I have normalized back to regular people hours. Somehow. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. I was driving a little too confidently there. BigYawn.com. Oh, you know what I haven't done on stream in a while is play my harmonica. I haven't been practicing, so I'm probably rusty at it because I really haven't played it at all for the last month and a half, 2 months ish. Beyond just some noodling, basically just stimming but with an instrument. But I really should play my harmonica more. It's a good instrument. Harmonica's a good instrument. That's my hot take. A lot of music is made of people stimming with their instruments. That's true. But like, I'm not like... I'm trying to put this in a way that like doesn't sound self-deprecating. I'm not skilled at stimming with instruments in a way that most people think sounds nice enough to want to listen to for more than like a minute. Is that anything? Was that judicious enough phrasing that people aren't going to tell me that I'm self-deprecating? Like, it's so hard. It's so hard in some communities to just like say that I'm bad at something. You know? Like, I don't think I'm very good, like I'm not very like technically skilled at art, and that's fine. I'm not making a value judgment there. I'm just not that good at it. I'm good at other things, but I'm not like super good at drawing. But like, you know, you say like, oh yeah, I'm kind of bad at art, and people go like, well, stop self-deprecating. Like, no, your art's great. Your art's great. And it's like, it's fine. You know, I drew some comics and stuff, and people kind of liked them. But like, it's not like, please don't pretend that I'm like an incredible artist. Like, I'm not being self-deprecating here. I'm just being realistic. I'm not that good of an artist, and I'm not trying to be. You know? Like, people get upset for self-deprecating when it's not self-deprecating. It's just like a statement of fact. Like, I like to draw, and I think I can make some stuff that looks decent enough. And I also acknowledge that I do not have a ton of technical skill, and I never have. And I probably never will. Because I'm just not interested in getting it. Anyway, that's not to say that like anyone in Cable 2 is like that or anything. I just feel like sometimes I have to be really judicious with the way that I phrase things like that, because people will assume that you're like trying to be down on yourself when I'm really just, you know, I'm not making a value judgment about myself or about whether being like super technically skilled is what makes for an amazing artist or whatever. I just, you know, I am fine with the level that I'm at. And that's how I feel about my music stuff for the most part too, but I'd like to get better at that. Unlike my drawing, like I'd like to actually put effort into that. I just kind of haven't. Because I've had a lot of other stuff going on. But hey, it's not cancer. I said that up top at the beginning of the stream. It turns out, not cancer. And again, I'm not going to say anything other than that. I don't want to get into it. But I'm doing fucking great compared to how I've been the last couple of weeks because of that news. Oh, this is like a truck. This is like a full-size truck. I can't just put this on a towing platform. Well, that's an issue. We'll see if I just have enough power under the hood here to just kind of drag that thing out of the water. Yippee! Exactly! Yippee! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got it. We got it. Maybe. I can't turn the engine on it because its engine is completely fucked. Put MSG in the boil of water because the sauce is salty enough? Huh. Can't say I've ever tried that. That's interesting. I just always salt my pasta water. I've never tried putting MSG in it. Trying this in low gear with differential lock. Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can finish this, but if we hit any major snags, I'm probably just gonna end the stream early. Well, not early, but on time, rather than taking a couple extra minutes to finish this. Umami Mac.
We're just normal men. We're just innocent men.
We're just normal men. We're just innocent men. I thought I was going to need an actual towing platform for this, but I'm kind of managing. The question's going to be whether I can get it all the way back there, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I keep seeing Umami Mac and my head is turning it into Animaniac. Because cartoons. Alright, no more diff lock. We are back in high gear. Everything's fine. Perfect timing. I just reached the final boss in this run of Revita. You're a lot like a cartoon. I am a cartoon. On top of being plushy, I am also cartoon. Big yawn. Come on. The problem here is I can't winch to anything, or I have to let go of this truck to do it. So I have to sort of just rely on my tires here more than I'd like. Being purely a digital representation of a sometimes humanoid form means I have a lot in common with a cartoon. That makes sense. What I mean to say is Spinel from Steven Universe made me feel things. Me too. Me the fuck too. Y'all could ask Cora probably remembers how much Spinel made me feel things. Or Tia, who's in the Discord and also on Mystery Machine Theater. Spinel made me feel things. So many things. I did have Spinel as my icon for a bit on Mastodon. That's fair. My icon on Discord is Spinel, I think, still. Not in the Cable 2 Discord. I changed that to be my plushy self, but my actual Discord avatar is a looping gif of Spinel. Come on, truck, you can do it. Many people feel things around Spinel. I felt two-dimensional. Yep, I can relate. I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do this than what I'm trying to do. But we've already made it this far. We've come more than halfway. Been feeling a lot of species dysphoria stuff the last few days. I'm sorry to hear that. That's never a good feeling. I mean, by definition, dysphoria isn't a good feeling, but you know what I mean. Probably. Uh-oh. I've done it again, haven't I? Yes, I have. Go back a little bit. The tires are just like slightly stuck on this stupid sign. I think I've really goofed it up now. I hate flesh body. Yeah, flesh, not great. It should be all stuffing. That's my opinion. Not everyone's body, just mine. Hate to break it to you, but cotton is flesh. Well, you know what I mean. Probably. I don't know. Maybe people don't know what I mean. I feel like sometimes the way that I talk about Ultra Humanity stuff is definitionally like insane person posting, so maybe people don't know what I mean. Maybe I'm just insane person posting. I don't... non-human to non-human communication. Non-human to non-human conversation. I think a lot about how to explain Ultra Humanity to the uninitiated. Like, here's my explanation of Ultra Humanity to the uninitiated. Ultra Humanity is kind of like what people who aren't furries think that every furry is like. I think that's a pretty fair way to explain it, right? Ultra Humanity is basically what people who aren't furries think being a furry means. Oh, what most of those people think is not that. You're right. I was mostly talking about the, like... The people who are like, yeah, these people think they're wolves or whatever, you know, that thing. That particular kind of annoying person. Oh, I think this is actually kind of working, maybe? That's what people who aren't non-binary think that non-binary people are. That's also true. I said I wasn't going to go late trying to get this truck in, but I'm so close. I'm so close to the drop-off point. The inherent humanity of empathizing / identifying with things outside of yourself. I think that's a fundamental human experience in my opinion, as someone who isn't a human. Taken to an extreme as a form of identity. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have a fighting chance of explaining ultra humanity to someone without them trying to diagnose me. I've had a surprising amount of luck explaining it to mental health professionals. It's one of those things that I like never would have expected any therapist to be on board with, but they're just kind of chill a lot of the time about it, in my experience. For me, I have a really easy time being like autism equals robot. Yeah. Wish I had a therapist nowadays. Should find one again. Having a therapist is nice, but also is like a expensive and a fucking heavy burden to bear. I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish right now. But it did make the truck I'm towing move forward a little bit. Whatever it is that I just did get that truck to move forward a little. So that's like kind of a success, right?
www.com.
Hello, Strawberry System. How are you doing on this wonderful evening? Are you okay with endosystems who are proud of being... Yeah. Whatever, man. I don't know about everyone in the chat, but like I'm so fucking beyond the trauma / endo debate. I don't care. People should
Just
be
normal
be
men.
themselves.
We're just innocent men.
Should bring in the bigfollows.com. That's so true. Well, welcome to Cable 2. Yeah, we're chill. We're chill with whatever. Don't worry about it. One side is clearly in the wrong, I think. Yes, agreed. 100% agreed. I try not to get into that kind of thing personally, but like, you're not wrong. One side is 100% incorrect. On the long haul, we make no such distinction. Yeah, the long haul, we are... I think pretty much all of the truck is in the wrong right now, or the mud, as a layperson would call it. Sysmeds are just Turf 2.0. Yeah, kinda. Hell yeah, Lanzapan. I don't know if I'm supposed to call you Lanzapan or if I can just call you Dan. I love it when mac and cheese is tasty. That's my hot take. Isn't it more of a respectability politics thing? You know, I don't know. I don't know shit. Here's my thing. I don't know anything. I just kind of go with what feels right, and telling people that they're not experiencing life correctly because they don't have a thing happen in exactly the way as other people have a thing happen. That just doesn't feel right. Heart full of love, head full of stuffing. Yes. Exactly. I'm just a funny plushie. I don't need to know anything. I'm just a funny plushie. All I need to know is how to drive trucks around, and I'm also doing pretty badly at that. I was just going to say that it reminds me of the old transmedicalism discourse. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Pretty much 1-to-1. It's basically the same exact argument. It's basically the same exact argument about a different facet of people's identities and lives and brain functions. I would agree with that, Kathy. Everyone's kind of got their own experiences. There's an openly neo-Nazi sysmed. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. See, you say that's not surprising. That actually does surprise me. Like the cis-medicalism doesn't necessarily surprise me, but the openly neo-Nazi and even bothering to talk about a thing like that part is surprising to me. We are so close. We are so close. I'm like 15 minutes over time now, but we're so close. I just need the truck to not get stuck on this rock. This game is so goopy. It is. This game's all about goop. Thank you for pinning that, John. That's exactly what we needed. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, like, here at the long haul, here on this show, and also, as far as I'm aware, on Cable 2 in general, because I'm not the only streamer here, this is the gritty, realistic version of Splatoon. You're so right. Here at the long haul, we are all about radical identity autonomy. Like, I personally, me and the other folks in my fuzzy little brain are identify in such specific ways that are absolutely outside of what is quote unquote normal. And so I simply have no choice but to create a space where it is just chill to have an identity and an experience of the world that other people ain't gonna fucking question. I do not know what transx/radqueer means. I mean, radical queerness, probably tracks. But, like, you know, we're on that ultra humanity kick here. I'm a funny plushie. I like this isn't like a bit that I'm doing. That is how I identify. I am a plushie. That's just me. Oh, transracial, transdisability. That's a much more complicated discussion. I feel like we're getting a bit too in the weeds with regards to intra-community discourse terms and what all. On long haul, we play a game and have fun. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, too. This has exceeded my weekly discourse capacity already. Yeah, I don't know. I don't... Here's my thing. I don't, like, tend to talk about that kind of stuff really anymore, because all it does is make me miserable. Like, all of that stuff just makes me fucking miserable to think about, so I just don't. I just don't, and I try to create spaces where people feel good about being who they are. And that's all. That's my entire oeuvre as an artist or whatever. I think I'm gonna run out of gas before I get this truck into the finish line. Like, we're this close to the finish line, and I think I'm just gonna run out of gas. We only have 34 liters left. Your tires are going one way, but the truck's going the other way. That's because I'm both driving the truck forward and pulling the winch at the same time, trying to move the other truck. So, like, I'm getting dragged backwards because I'm trying to fight the weight of this other truck, essentially, is why that's happening. No, I think it's a glitch. No, it's not. I'm sliding backwards because I'm pulling weight in two opposite directions. Do you actually can Merfolk has actually formed two other Merfolk moving in opposite demi-genders? I love how all of the roads in this entire game world. Oh my god, we're here. We got it. I'm not gonna run out of gas first. Come on, man. Yes! Oh my god. Oh boy. Hoofa doofa. Hey, strawberry system, whatever works for you, you know? I just kind of accidentally happy birthdayed there. That was sort of a happy birthday situation that just came out of my harmonica. That was like a complete accident. Celebratory happy birthday harmonica. I'm not wrong, right? That was happy birthday that I just kind of accidentally made happen. Your birthday was a week ago? Oh my god, I missed it. Oh, I'm so sorry. You have to go to bed now? Well, we are about to wrap up anyway, so, you know, going to bed right now is fine, because the stream's about to end. Well, I hope that the couple of people who followed tonight are enjoying what they've gotten themselves into. I'm gonna go to the outro screen. Yeah. The music's probably a little loud. I turned it down. Yeah, we're on the outro screen. So, yeah, I hope y'all had fun. This was a good stream, I think. I had a nice time. Good night, Shiv. Good night, Cable 2. Good night, everybody. I switched to the outro screen and all of the tired immediately hit my brain. I'm so sleepy now. I hope y'all have a good one. I am going to try to relax for a while.
I love this show!
Oh, I love this show too. I love the space that we've created here at the Long Haul. May I make a raid suggestion? I don't usually do raids, but like, I don't know. Should we do a raid? Is that something we should do? Anemoia and Trina tomorrow. I don't have the schedule in front of me. Let me pull up the Cable 2 schedule real quick. Long haul to ease species dysphoria. Okay. I'm pulling up the schedule real quick just so I can say the times and stuff. Okay, so at noon Central Time, we got the Anemoia Hour. I think they're still working on Silent Hill. And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow, we got Trina's World. I don't know what Trina's up to, but we got Trina's World. Yeah, I think I'm just not gonna raid for now. I'm gonna jump over there, I think. I'll jump over there and check it out, because if you think it's funny, then I'll probably enjoy it. Trina always has something new in store. That's so true. Yeah, anyway, I'm way over time, so I'm gonna go. I will talk to y'all later. Feel free to talk to me in the Discord and stuff. Bye.